Maybe you don't understand a single word in German, but I'm pretty sure the language creates a certain image in your head. And maybe you're thinking of a few stereotypes already. Is it true that Germans pronounce everything like a military command? And is the average German about as easy to understand as an announcement at Frankfurt Main Station?
Nächster Halt, Kernchef, Umstellrückkabel Richtung Rhein, Unterzentrum, Reisende, Fresswelt und Reisen, Bürgergarten, Glockenrückerhalten, Gipfelchen. Zurückbleiben bitte!
I've picked 5 stereotypes about German, and we are going to see how accurate they really are. German sounds angry. If you are even slightly interested in the German language, you've probably seen this classic before.
Papillon.
Butterfly.
Farfalla.
Mariposa.
Schmetterling.
But what if we...
Mariposa.
My point is, if you try, you can make any language sound angry or aggressive. But let's be honest, this meme wouldn't have gone viral if we had been angrily shouting mariposa. Because Spanish is one of the romantic languages.
¡Tómatelas! ¡Pelotudo de mierda! La reputísima madre que los parió a todos los pelotudos hijos de mil putas de este mundo.
So why does German have this reputation of being an angry language? Well, one reason for sure is that for many people, hearing German immediately makes them think of an Austrian man who lived over 80 years ago. He should be somewhere around here. This Austrian was not only a very talented painter, but also excellent at giving speeches. And this man undoubtedly shaped how many non-native speakers, to this day, perceive the German language. But if it's not because of German, then why did he sound so angry? Well, because he was angry. And as I said, you can make any language sound angry or aggressive. But to really prove it to you that German can be as soft as the touch of a butterfly, let me read this little poem to you. Wie ein Schmetterling auf einer Blume ruht, so ruht meine Seele in deiner Nähe. Germans use ridiculously long words. Ha! Nonsense. Okay, that actually looks terrifyingly long. But is this a real German word? Let's have a closer look. Waschmaschinenreparaturservice Notfalltelefonnummer. The good news first, no German would ever use this word. Except maybe in a YouTube video about ridiculously long German words. Is it technically correct? Yes. But all I did was put a bunch of smaller nouns together. Wasch, Maschinen, Reparatur, Service, Notfall, Telefon, Nummer. And the whole thing becomes what is called a compound noun. And in English we actually do the same thing. In fact, the first part, washing machine, is also a compound noun. The difference in German is that we don't put spaces between the shorter words, but we read them as if there were spaces. Waschmaschine. So every time you see one of these extra long German words, it is always that, a compound noun. But if this is a real German word, why is it exactly that nobody would use it? Well, let me compare it to an English word that is also technically correct, but no one in their right mind would ever say it. Pass me the chocolate chip cookie dough bowl lid, please. The German accent sounds evil. This is not to be confused with German sounds angry. This is more so the soft-spoken villain, the evil genius mastermind, who for some reason has a German accent.
I have a German accent. I always play the villain, of course.
And if they can't find any real Germans to play the villain, they just make them look more German? Or tell them to fake a German accent?
Ja.
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 Or at the very least, give them a German name.
My name is Dr. Kaufmann. I am an outstanding pistol marksman. Take my word for it, yeah?
But how did we all end up believing the exact same stereotypes? Take this guy, for example.
Hello.
You have someone who is attractive, soft-spoken, highly intelligent, and extremely polite. And somehow our brains go, yep, that's the bad guy. Well, I think there's a simple explanation for that.
Well, we see the same American shit as you do in Switzerland.
English and German are completely different. Well, no. If you didn't know it by now, English and German are both part of the same language family, namely Germanic. The reason why German feels so different to English speakers is mostly because of pronunciation. I understand that for beginners, German can look terrifying until you realize you understand half the words already. Hand, Finger, Haus, Fisch, Sonne, Mond, Winter. Keep in mind, if you want to learn German and you already speak English, you are not learning a completely new language. Which brings us to the last point. German grammar is impossible to learn. And as much as I'd like to, I can't really change this one. German grammar is for sure the hardest part of learning the language. I give you an example. When you embark on the adventure of learning German, you quickly discover that there are 3 different articles depending on the gender of the noun. There is masculine, as in der Ball, feminine, as in die Maus, and neuter, as in das Auto. And as a beginner, there's absolutely no way you could ever guess which gender a noun has. So for every noun you learn, you also have to memorize the article. And just when you think you've built up a decent vocabulary and you're ready to start speaking German, you see something like this. Der Stuhl ist braun. Ich kaufe den Stuhl. Ich sitze auf dem Stuhl. Ich mag die Farbe des Stuhls. Depending on the grammatical case, you now have to remember 3 more article forms for each gender. And we haven't even talked about plural nouns yet. So is there any good news? Actually, yes. Until you master the German articles, just pick one. Anyone. And you will be probably wrong. But let's say you're having a conversation in German and you use the wrong article. Don't worry. Germans will still understand you. And the best part? If you say something wrong, as the friendly perfectionists that we are, some German will correct you. And just like that, you've got a free German lesson. Grammar is something you improve over time. And conversations are how you get there. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. It's part of the journey. So those were my 5 stereotypes about German. And I think there's at least some truth behind every stereotype. I just hope this video helped put some of them into perspective. But what do you think? Did I miss any stereotypes? How does German sound to you? And I'm curious, are you learning German? Tell us where you're from and what's the hardest part for you. Let us know in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.